Hello and welcome to a new trying out video, Zombie Survivors. This is going to be an absolutely insane run. 5,000 kills was my original goal. I had a run before that at about 30,000 kills. But here we're going to reach, well, we're going to reach 100,000 technically. I have a lot of things to tell you. First of all, there's going to be a giveaway. I feel like a big shot. It's the first time it ever happens to me. I have 5 codes to give. Somewhere in the video, I'll give you instructions on how to participate in the draw. And 48 hours after the release of the video, I'm going to go on. I have notes here. It's called Comment Picker. Okay. And I'll randomly choose 5 people to get this game for free. It's a $3 game. You saw the title, you saw how it looks like. Yes, it's very inspired by Vampire Survivors. We will talk about the difference between this game and Vampire Survivors. This is in early access and there's a lot of new stuff coming up. All we have right now is a endless mode, but eventually there's going to be levels, bosses, and other things. The developer Wubs, thank you Wubs by the way, is working really hard on this game right now. New stuff is coming up all the time. In fact, I found this game in the middle of the night. I think the day of the release, did a run, and then the day after, there was already a patch with a new weapon, the boomerang. So I'll use the same build that I used in my previous run, but there is a situation eventually where the game starts lagging. This will go away once levels are implemented. And I will edit some of it to make it more watchable. The reason being, this is endless, and at one point 10,000 mobs appear on the screen all at once. And I thought it was my computer, but it didn't break a sweat. I mean, even at the point where it reached 1 FPS, and don't worry about this, I don't want to scare you with this. If you are interested in this game, I'll tell you more about it. Not that I'm trying to sell this game, but I'm giving an honest review here. This is a game with a lot of potential. I had 7% CPU load and 1.5% GPU load with 1 frame per second. So of course it's in the game the problem. But as he told me, normally I would go up levels. There's other stages, right, with bosses. So it will never happen that there's so many mobs. And at the end of the run, I'm going to break the game. And that bug is already being fixed right now. You're gonna see what happened later on. Alright, so let's take a look at my loadout. I'm already accumulating some stuff. The knife, I don't like it because it's directional. I'll get rid of it. It's interesting to watch though in a future video because I think I'm gonna make more than one. Unless, well, we'll have to see. I can't promise anything. But when you have a lot of knives, it looks like a DNA sequence. It shoots tons and tons and tons of knives. The thing that's nice about this game, one of the difference with Vampire Survivors, first of all, it's endless. Second of all, your weapons can be leveled up to infinity. And one of them will level up to 100 and will make the game crash. And he's fixing it right now. The twirl. I don't have it yet. Once it reaches level 100, I get a message, error message at like 98,000 kills or something. I was invincible. But I cannot really say that I did 100,000 kill run, unfortunately. I'll put it in the title. I don't know how I'm going to put the title yet. But anyways, I'll replace the knife because I want to be able to be anywhere on the map, run away. For a while, I'm going to have to run away from mobs until I become extremely powerful. Also, eventually, again, I talked about the title and I don't know what the thumbnail is gonna look like. But in this game, instead of chests, it's supply drops. But there's a lot of them. When I say a lot, it's really, really insane. You don't want to miss that out. I'm gonna put a few timestamps out there, but this is going to be a long video. And I might not be speaking all the time either. Also, at one point I'm gonna have to shut down the sound because I'll be trying to find ways to reduce the lag. I'll give you a trick right away. There's a thing called Lucky Dice that I have right now. If you replace that with magnet, there will be less XP little orbs like this on the map, and there will be less lag. It helped for a bit, but at one point it just becomes too insane because there's more and more and more mobs and more mobs. But you get stronger to infinity as well. I would have loved to make the mother of all runs a 10-hour run with 1 million kills or something, but the game is not, of course, built for that. It's meant, once again, to have individual stages, and it's being built as we speak. Okay, so we got the gun. You see, if you look at the bottom left, and I'm going to show at the end of the video the final results, it shows how much damage each item has been doing. I used to not really like the pistol, but the gun is pretty good because eventually it shoots all over the place, especially with attack speed, and it becomes pretty much like a Uzi. And it spreads also, it's absolutely insane. In fact, everything's insane. And it's gonna pick up relatively soon. I think at wave 17, 18, 19, I struggle a bit with those red wolves that you're gonna see. They're pretty fast. But then after that, I'm gonna start getting very, very powerful and just melt everything that's around me. But I do have to run away from now. This character is maxed out. So the way it works is you do a run, okay, and then you die. Then you can give points to all sorts of things like, I don't know, run speed, damage, luck, this, that. But I maxed it all out. I did a few runs, and my 31 or 32,000 kill run gave me 127 points. So more than enough to max out this character. But at the beginning, I had to use a thing, you know, in the accessories. I forgot how it's called. It gives me more movement speed because even the normal wolves, I think there's one right there. Yeah, on the right, they would run as fast as me, and the red wolves, who are tougher, would outrun me. And you see that green bottle, this is gas that I leave behind me, and it reminds me of Risk of Rain 2. Risk of Rain 1, sorry. And in fact, two things remind me of my run in Risk of Rain, the original game, so much that I will put it in the recommended video, even though I have so many newer videos that you could be interested in. Two things remind me of this. The gasoline that you leave behind you, okay, as you run away, and the way the game crashed. Because in Risk of Rain, I was trying to do a 1,000 minute run, and I was gonna succeed. But the game crashed due to a bug that I didn't know. There's a certain shirt in the hidden area that you should not pick up because the game will crash. I didn't know about that. So I'll link that video. It's also a long video. But anyways, by the way, if you're new to this channel, welcome. This channel has a lot of idle games, incrementals or clicker, whatever you want to call them. I also like roguelikes and all sorts of things. It's organized in playlists. So I invite you to explore, see if you like it, and if you do, if you like this channel, I invite you to subscribe. We're approaching 3,000 subscribers. We're doing pretty well, and this month is a record month. In terms of views and even subscribers so far. If we keep going like this, it will be the best month ever for this channel. Pretty happy about that. I'm putting a little more time into it, but it's still a part-time endeavor. I might stream one of these days. Maybe this summer, it's not a promise. But I want to try, because a game like this would be a lot of fun to stream and interact with you in the super chat. You see those red, this is wave 18, those red wolves, they don't die right away, do they? Yeah. And look at this orange mob. You see that orange mob? Reminds me of the villain in Sin City. I love that movie. Okay. So what's my build? I have a gun, I have a rocket launcher. I like the rocket launcher a lot. The scythe, I have difficulty with that word, whatever the Grim Reaper would use. Scythe, yeah. Sorry, I'm from Quebec, so French is my first language. The boomerang, which is a new weapon that just got implemented. The twirl is the little fire stuff. This is what's going to make the game crash when I have 100 of them. And the gasoline, and also on the right, it's an accessory, but when the mobs die, they explode. So my strategy, I was testing something here. Last run, I was talking about lag, right? So I said, okay, it seems like luck, I didn't know, but I thought luck was the reason why there was so many crates. The whole screen is nothing but crates, okay? It's that simple. So I said, maybe that's what's making the game lag. So I'll keep luck, get strong, and then remove luck and put the magnet instead to remove the number of XP orbs on the ground. And I still have as many crates as before, so it's not luck is not a factor for this. But luck will guarantee you to have 3 items instead of 1 in a crate. By the way, I didn't do that many runs, but I did a few runs. Usually I already have a crate or 2 at this point. We didn't see a single one yet, but it's going to happen. What else? So on the right, I'm using Riot Shield. This makes me invincible pretty much at one point. That's why I was like, this is the mother of all runs, let's go, I don't care about the lag. It's pretty odd too, because it was like at wave 52 or something like this, it lagged so bad that it was 1 FPS, but then in later waves, it wouldn't lag all that much, not as much. So I said, I'm gonna sit there all night, I don't care. And with that Riot Shield, it's, I don't know if it's a percentage, but I will reach 100 defense. But it's rounded up, it's probably 99 point, now I'm speculating, and maybe if the wubs, if you're watching, if you want to write a comment, see if I'm right, probably it's rounded up, and I had like 99.86% defense, and then it writes 100, right? Anyways, I was invincible. Then I have attack speed, mobs explode, they get knocked back when I hit them also. So it's a pretty good build. Of course, there's not that many items yet, so you don't have that many choices. There's the knife that I don't use, there's extra XP that I don't use right now, magnet, I'll use it later. But they will add more stuff, as I said, very soon and very fast. And for $3, there's nothing to complain about. Even in the state of this game, I had a blast playing this, even though they're getting a crash in my face. And I really like the developer's reaction, because he said, okay, I'm going to fix it right away tonight, right now. Which shows an intent of not making... Because some people call this a ripoff of Vampire Survivors. I disagree with that. And I don't really review games usually. I mean, I do write reviews, but I mean in my videos. But I'm gonna write a review because, yes, when you look on the Steam page and you look at the title and you look at the visuals, you think, well, it's so similar to Vampire Survivor. Here's the first crate, by the way. But it's just very inspired by it. One of the difference that's major is the map doesn't loop around, okay? So I cannot move up non-stop like in Vampire Survivor. I'll hit a wall. Look at that, I got 3 items right there. And I can get corner also, so you gotta be careful with that. And it's completely endless, and your weapons can be upgraded to infinity. So this is a major difference. It's just the same type of game, maybe. And as it goes on, it will continue to become more and more different from Vampire Survivors. But if you did like Vampire Survivors, I recommend this game for sure. And I'll give this game, well, not me, but Wubs through me will give this game to 5 lucky viewers. I'm gonna keep going a little longer. I have notes here of how to proceed to participate in the little contest I want to make. Okay, so wave 23, and now I'm starting to get crates. What you see right now is nothing, but I get 3 items a pop, and that's the equivalent of leveling 3 times. It's going to make me very, very, very strong. At the beginning, the game is, I wouldn't say it's easy because I did die. You gotta run away, you're pretty slow, you don't do that much damage. But now that my character is maxed out and I understand the game much better, to be frank, it's not difficult. But it will become difficult much later. As I said, I'm pretty sure I could survive effectively forever. And now that I know, it doesn't stress my computer at all. Because I was like, man, I built this computer, okay, 3 years old, but it was very expensive. It's pretty good computer, and you cannot handle this game, come on. But when I look at the percentages of my CPU and GPU usage, it gave me confidence in the sense that if I want to make a super mega run of the century that lasts 24 hours or something, I pause it, I eat, I keep going. 1 million kills, 10 million kills, I don't know, overkill, mother of all runs. That's why I wanted to do this in Risk of Rain. 1,000 minute run. Everybody failed. I don't think anybody succeeded. Somebody did 600 minutes and ran out of electricity or something. Something happened to everybody. And me, how long? I don't know how long I survived, but the game crashed once again with that bug. I don't think I'll try again. Here I'm pointing to defense at 60. I was wondering if the shield was really that good. And I didn't know it was percentage. In fact, I think I know it's a percentage. Is it? I don't know. I mean, with a ridiculously high shield, I didn't try running into mobs. I didn't want to die. Because when you die here, see 64 now. When you die in this, you die really quickly. Like, there's not even an animation. It's like, oh, I'm dead. Wow. There's a little window that pops up and says how many kills you did. And that's it. So you can get surprised really quickly. But now I'm getting pretty powerful. Wave 25. No, it's nothing to what you're about to see later. So many rockets and everything. But I'm getting there. You can look at these red wolves dying relatively quickly. I think at one point, I may have missed it already because I'm talking non-stop. But I think at one point I'll be close to die just because I was careless. Another thing too is when the mob dies, never mind the rocket launcher, exploding enemies, what you saw on the top there. When they die, you gotta be careful because it can, let's say a mob dies inside the pile, it can push mobs towards you, and that killed me in one of my runs. You gotta be careful with that. Here's another one of those crates. And at one point, it's impossible to pick them all up. There's too many that are dropping. I was trying to pick them all up, but it was not possible. So I like running towards the edge like this and make some sort of a square when I run away from mobs. But eventually you're gonna see me just sit there and be surrounded by mobs and kill them all around me. But I'm not ready to do that yet because those red wolves who are the most annoying mobs in the game, because the rest is pretty brain dead. That's what it is, they're zombies, they're pretty slow. They're not a problem, it's really those wolves. And there's going to be new mobs in the future, as I said, and bosses and this and that. There's already, I invite you to join my Discord and their Discord. In the description, my Discord link is there, and for that contest, you're gonna need that link. But anyways, you can join their Discord. It's still a bit small, but he did show maybe a mini boss that he's building right now. So wave 28, I don't remember which wave the game crashed at. Was it in the 60s? Something like that. I'm still using the dice. I will stop using it when there's too many crates, I think. Yeah, and then I'll go with the magnet. And I had to reduce the volume because I pick up so many orbs with that magnet, upgraded to level like 50 or something ridiculous like this, that it clips when I say clips, for those who are more or less aware of how it works with sound in Audacity or in compilers and things like this, it's when it goes above 0 dB. So the sound is clipped, the rest of the sound is just deleted, so it sounds wrong. Yeah, because it's so loud, everything's so loud, right? Okay, so as we're gonna continue this, I'm gonna talk about this giveaway. I think it's time now. So I got notes here. Give me a second. All right. So what you need to do, you need to go in the comments. You're gonna write so many crates. Capital S, okay? The rest is small cap. So many crates. And then you're gonna write the first, the third, and the fifth letter of your name. That's for authentication. I made that up. Okay, so if you have a name shorter than 3 or 5 characters, put zeros. Okay, so just write so many crates, space, the first, the third, and the fifth letter of the name that you use, that you have on YouTube. And anybody who does that will be eligible. I will use, as I said, a website called Comment Picker, and I'll choose 5 of you, and then I'll respond to you in YouTube telling you that you won. And then we're gonna do this through Discord, and it will be another authentication process to make sure nobody's trying to steal the winner's code. I got 5 codes. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so I'll keep going here. This is going to be one of the longest videos I've ever made on this channel. The longest video I ever made was Civilization 5, a full run, but 1 hour and 40 minutes. Look at that. Big trouble here. I had to run through the mobs, and 17 health. Almost died right there at wave 30. 3,100 kills. Yeah. Not great, but I'm going to do just fine. I said, I gotta concentrate, I gotta be careful. I really wanted to do... All I wanted to do is beat my record of 31,000 and attempt those tricks to reduce lag, which somehow worked, but yeah, I almost died here, so I gotta be careful. And I keep picking up those crates. Look how many mobs there are. But imagine having 10,000 mobs appearing on the screen all at once. Of course it's going to lag, and that's not 10,000 mobs. I don't know how many those are, but anyways. Oh, well, it's 500 and something, isn't it? See the number below? 500, 480, 70. I didn't zoom in, but if you look below where my health is, it says how many enemies there are. So there's 500 enemies. So I do enough DPS, I just gotta be more careful and not complacent, right? And I'll be just fine. I'm recovering my health slowly. It's the only time I had problems. After that, things will be nice and smooth. So here it doesn't really matter what I pick, because crates are the key. Crates always give me 3 things because of luck. When I get rid of luck, sometimes I'll get 1 thing instead of 3. So leveling up, I just choose something random, because eventually, as I said, there's gonna be so many crates. And you see also the planes doing the drop. The sky becomes dark. There's so many planes, and there's so many purple smoke at one point. I really don't know what thumbnail to make out of this to make it interesting, but there's plenty of good screenshots I could make, that's for sure. But yeah, it's really fun, really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to add. I debated, should I show the whole run from A to Z, or should I do jump cuts? Please let me know in the comments what you prefer, because this is quite a long run. But I think in the future, because my next run I'll wait, okay, until it's no longer possible for the game to crash in my face and until the lag is fixed. I still think it's a good idea if you want to join in for $3, especially to try the game out, max out your character, you know, and go as far as you can, and then wait until things are being added, which they are very quickly anyways. I mean, by the time you watch this, the game may have changed so much. This is this must be day 2 or no, maybe day 3 now that we're past midnight. Probably day 3 of the existence of this game, you know, and it's still early access. I would probably say beta, to be frank with you. This early access thing, so many developers use it. 76 defense. This is more of, I would say this is in beta, this game. It's a beta. Because there's going to be, when you compare the end product with this, it will be so different. Of course, the advantage of early access is that they get feedback from the players, and the developer WUBS is extremely open-minded, which is a good thing. But not everybody is like this, you know. Anyways, so you can see that there's more crates now. I'll probably put a thumbnail close to this moment. I'll figure it out. But it will be after I just reveal how to participate in the contest. It's really cool giveaway. Yeah. Here I was just taking a sip of water or something. That's why I stopped. I was not thinking. So I'm trying to attract mobs away from the crates. That's why I'm going there. Look at these boomerangs. That's nothing. You're gonna see much crazier stuff. Wave 34. So the lag starts wave 50. Did I already say that's possible? These crates. Let's go. I start dropping a lot. I mean, the first time I saw so many crates, it's gonna be more than this, but in my 31,000 kill run, I was laughing alone. I mean, I know Vampire Survivors is more polished than this, but I mean, the level of craziness. I think in Vampire Survivors they're gonna have to add an endless mode or something. And once all your weapons are maxed out, this is your build and that's the end of it. Now, of course, in terms of strategy, you know, you make a build and you try, especially with the latest map on Vampire Survivors. Not the latest map, the other one, Dairy Plant. I did the 130% curse run, by the way. It was not easy. With a defensive build, I might put that in the recommended as well. 2 recommended video. Risk of Rain, that run, and also my 130% curse run on Vampire Survivors. But it's strategic, right? You guys choose the right build, and you know, and it was very specific what I had to do to survive on the Dairy Plant hyper mode with 130% curse. Was absolutely insane, very difficult to do. But I did it. But in this case, your weapons become infinitely powerful. And look at that, there you go. Now I'm just gonna sit there and look how I melt everything. That means I made it. Everything dies, right? Look at that, that's beautiful. I'll probably put a thumbnail closer to this point. Not a thumbnail, a timestamp. Sometimes I say thumbnail instead of timestamp. Look at that dying. Come on, let's go. So 5,000 kills. That was, I remember, my original objective when I did my 30,000 kill goal. The 30,000 kill run, which is the previous run. In fact, it's the run I was supposed to use to make that video. But today I decided, let's try another one, and I do not regret it. Look how many crates there are. And now I can't really manage this. Right? I'm trying to. Very soon I'll replace the dice with magnet. Because there's too many crates right now. And I just showed, and once again, look at that, just sit there, I kill everything, right? So I'm strong enough. So I'm gonna have to... yeah, I'm gonna have eventually, I think it will be very soon that I will replace that dice. But yeah, it helped a bit, as I said, maybe not enough for it to be worth it. Because after that, I stopped getting... I always get 3, 3, 3. And after that will be 3 sometimes and sometimes 1. I do have luck because my character is maxed out. And luck is one of the things that you can upgrade on your characters. Now, this is 1080p, 60 frames per second, but it might not look so great on YouTube. When there's a lot of stuff in the screen, it looks like almost 320p or something. I don't know what the numbers are, but there's nothing I can do against it, about it. Yeah, this is YouTube. On YouTube side, the video looks perfectly fine right now, as is an MP4 format. So wave 38, 97 defense. As I said, we'll reach 100, probably round it up. The damage also will be so high that the number will go over the text towards the end. Twirl. Twirl is what will be my demise. And I'll show you the error message also that I sent to the developer. 98 defense. I still have that dice. I wanted to make sure that I would really be powerful, and yes, I was. Yes, I was. So it doesn't lag yet. No problem. Wave 39. This is perfectly fine. But it will start. And eventually, I may have mentioned it or not, but I will shut down the music and the sound. Because I was trying to find ways to reduce... Oh, look, it lags a little bit at wave 40. But that's perfectly manageable. I don't mind a lag like this. It's not that bad. Because it started... you saw me point to the dice. It started lagging, right? I'm going to get rid of the dice now. But I need to level up. Once I level up, I can use the little garbage can thing and get rid of the dice. That's what I decided to do, and if you see how many boxes there are, it's more than enough and more than powerful enough, and it's starting to lag right now, so gotta get rid of it. There you go. So we're gonna remove this. Okay, so there's a free space, and what I want is the magnet. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, I was about to say unfortunately because I saw two things. So either I would get the dice again or run speed. I don't need run speed. It's useless right now, because run speed is one of those upgrades once again that you can put on your character and run fast enough. I don't need to run anymore anyways. Did you notice that I now get only 1 sometimes? And it's another 3, but here, which one should I take? Rockets or twirl? Well, now I know twirls. Well, no, it will be fixed. I was about to say it should be avoided, but it won't be. By the time you watch this, it will be fixed. See, I just got 1 item instead. So as soon as I level up and it offers me magnet, I will take it and I'll start. This is where it's gonna get super loud and start clipping and stuff. Look how many rockets I'm throwing. That's a lot of rockets. Picking as much crates as possible, but it's too many falling down. I thought it would slow down. I was convinced it was related to luck, but it's not. Probably related to the wave or something. I don't know. A ratio, you know, each wave offers more crates. I don't know how it works. Certainly more mobs. So crazy. There you go, here's the magnet. Now it's gonna get loud. You won't hear it though, I'll make sure it's not for the poor headphone users. Alright. What makes things slower is that I keep picking up those crates. But because I wanted the mother of all runs, I had to do it. If there was less crate, would it lag less? Probably not. It's probably the number of mobs, because it's really when mobs start appearing that there's lag spikes. We're only at wave 43. I think at 52 it will... I think it's at either 52 or 54 that I will literally have 1 frame per second. Because you see the time below? If you look below the number of enemies, there's the time. And I would see 1 frame for 1 second. It was really 1 FPS. Look at that. Come on. Wanna dance? Try to kill me. I'm invincible. Look at these mobs. Dying. And they explode too. See, this lag is manageable still. It's not too bad. If it was like this the whole time, I'll be fine. It's more the crash that really killed at 98,000 kills. Ugh. I know myself, at 100,000 kills, I would have been... I want 1 million. Instead, we break the game. Still 99%, or... Here's the 100%, there you go. 100 defense. Again, I'm sure it's rounded up and there's diminishing return. And there is, that's for sure. Look at the... starting to lag a little more, 45, but again, it's not too bad. Here I'm pointing to luck. I think it's the base value that I have with my character. I believe this character starts with 0 luck, if I remember correctly. You can randomize them too. Yeah, I randomized it. I wanted damage because I'm a DPS guy, so I wanted damage and attack speed or something like that. I had 0 luck originally. And, you know, I wanted to make a very simple trying out video, 10 minutes or something like this, but every run I was trying to push further and further and further, and I was never satisfied. I said, no, I can give them a better run and a better run. And ended up with this crazy stuff here. Alright. So we got maybe less than 20 minutes left. And when I look at this and comment on it, moments of silence and things like this is pretty normal. Of course, I cannot speak and say empty things. This, again, I want to go back to streaming, and I feel this urge stronger and stronger. Like a game like this, streaming it, it's fine if I don't talk for a while. And then I can look at the super chat and talk with people, you know. It's not natural to do a 1 hour video where I speak non-stop, blah, 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 blah. You know, I didn't do it artificially, but I mean, you know, at one point you run out of things to say. And the only way I can see a game like this, a run like this, that is pretty much an hour almost, would be streaming. But that means I need to put more time on YouTube. So I need to arrange certain things in my personal life to be able to do this. You know, some people said, oh, just stream, it's not a problem, no big deal. Really? Like, there's other things, you know, I'm 40 years old, I got stuff going on. You know, I can't just magically start doing 60 hours a week of YouTube. I'd like to, maybe it's going to happen. And also I need to set up the whole thing on YouTube. Now it's a one-off thing, I don't know how, so I'll figure it out. I need a boom arm for my mic because I have a mechanical keyboard just beside it. I have a HyperX mic, it's a decent mic. But when I comment as I play, you hear all sorts of vibrations, annoying. So I need a boom arm. I won't appear on camera for a long time, that's for sure. I don't want to do too much all at once, but one of these days also I do, in my imagination when I think about the future of this channel, I do want to appear on camera. But then I would have to buy a good camera, make a background that makes sense, practice on it, you know, to become comfortable with my camera presence. I have no experience with cameras, you know, talking to a camera. It will be very intimidating at first, so these are things I need to do on my own until I'm very comfortable. And then do the face reveal that I promised at 250 subs a while ago, and then I put it under the rug. Look at this lag, by the way. I put it under the rug. Only one person mentioned it, and it's the developer of Idol Slayer, Pablo Laban. He said, "Where's your face reveal?" I said, no, ignore that. I put notices everywhere. But one of these days, yeah, there will be a face reveal. I don't know if I'll make a big event out of it. I mean, it's just my face. So wave 48, we're getting close to true lag. If you think this is lag, this is nothing. Look how many crates there are. It's absolutely crazy. And that's what I like, is the insanity of it. Once the game gets polished, it's going to be absolutely awesome. I really hope it's going to be a successful game. And if the videos are successful, I'm going to continue making runs. As I said, I probably will do at least one more one when the game has the levels the developer was talking about, and when I see it's really stable, you know, fully stable, and I'm able to do super mega runs, mother of all run or something like this. Then I'll make another video. Even if this video was to fail, I'll probably make another one. That's why it's in the trying out category, where I'm just trying out games, see what's going on, without really having the intention of making a series. So there will be a delay before next zombie survivor video. But I'll continue to play, and I'll stay in contact with the Discord community and the developer and see what's going on. Because I really had a dopamine rush playing this. It's a lot of fun. So 24,000 kills, so I'm 7,000 away from my record of the time. Look at the twirls, look at this circle of fire. And I got 55, I'm gonna double that, well, almost. At exactly 100, the game will crash. Look at these crates, I can't even, oh my god. Now look at how much it lags. Wave 49. You think this is lag? No, it's gonna lag even more than this. Well, I'll accelerate the footage. I already edited the video. I'm just doing the voiceover right now, and eventually it's gonna become ×4 footage. I'm gonna show you the true lag, and all of a sudden you're gonna see things accelerate. That's because it's 4 times normal speed. That's the advantage. I can go up to, well, I can do whatever I want. I do use Vegas 18 Pro. I can go up to ×10, but I can even accelerate the acceleration. In the sense, I can go ×100 if I want to. ×10, then I render the video, then I go ×10 again, and then it's ×100. And instead of 1 frame per second, I will get 100 frames per second. I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. I would if the game didn't crash and the game lasted 24 hours or something. Maybe I would go like a 10-hour video. I do have an idea for a 10-hour video, by the way. But I'll keep it a secret for now. I cannot give away all my secrets. So if you're still watching and you are new to this channel and you wonder what's interesting on this channel, well, it's a question of taste, of course. The most popular series is Idol Slayer for sure. I started playing pretty much at release. I'll say at release, I mean it's a question of days. Got 55 episodes, it's my most successful series. There is Leaf Blower Revolution. I'm stuck right now though, but I play every day, it's just I'm stuck. I'm gonna try to get unstuck and continue the series. There's Perfect Tower 2. I just got back to Legends of Eidolon now that World 4 is open. It's on and off, that series. Relatively doing it relatively okay. And then after that, other games like of course Vampire Survivors, already mentioned it. There's Clicker Heroes 2. I'm trying to get all the achievements. I'm not that far. And there's problems with that game. Clicker Heroes 2 crashes a lot. More than this game. Way more than this game. Look at how slow it is now. But it's not that bad yet. I think it's wave 52 or 54. It's going to be ridiculous. And other games like Soda Dungeon 2. Did you like Soda Dungeon? Well, I have a series on a full series from A to Z. 100% achievement journey completed from A to Z. It's old. Well, it's old. This channel is less than 2 years old. Second anniversary will be in May. And we'll reach 3,000 subscribers before that. So wave 51. Picking as many crates as possible still to become even more powerful. It never ends. And look at the damage on the left. Right? 143,000. Remember that because it's gonna go so much higher than this. As I said, the number will go over the text. Look at the missiles. How many missiles? And when I stop picking up crates eventually. I just make one step. Sometimes crates fall on me too. Look at this insanity. Look at the damage. I think I just doubled it. Did I not? Look at the missiles. Oh, okay. Nothing can survive. Oh, now it's lagging. But wave 52. Ooh. Now it's lagging. And now it's not really playable all that much. This is the point where it was the same. I had less kills though. Did I reach this? I don't remember. You see? Oh, now all of a sudden everything's fast. So now it's times 4. I multiply the footage by 4. And look, it's still a bit slow. We're 4 times the normal speed right now. The whole rest of the run will be at times 4 speed now. But otherwise it will be impossible to watch. And there's nothing missing. You're gonna see the whole run from A to Z. That's why the video is so long. Now I could have made the entire run maybe times 2. I did ask Vampire Survivor viewers. It was 50-50, but it seems like a very slight majority would prefer times 2 run for the whole time. We'll see. But again, for this game, I don't plan to make another video for a while, so we'll see how things go. Look at that. Even though it's times 4 speed, it lags a lot. Wave 55. Oh, by the way, at one point, I'm gonna do a jump cut. Because what I'll do is I'll pause the game and I'll check the load on in the task manager. And I made a screenshot for the developer. I think it's close to here because this is pretty much 1 frame per second now. And I'm running another game in the background and doing I was saying mother of all runs, right? There's a game. This is 4 times speed still, by the way. So that was just absolutely unbearable right now. I said, oh my god, I'm gonna fry my computer or something. This is it. So we're gonna do a jump cut, and I'm gonna check the load on my CPU and my GPU. The jump cut is done, by the way. Is it? No, I'm gonna reduce volume. Yeah, so I'm turn off music, see if it helps. Trying to find a way to reduce that that lag. But yeah, I wanted to see the stress it would put on my machine, but it puts no stress on my machine. I was so glad to see that. Because there's another game running in the background, and it's been running for 300 hours, that run. There you go. So that's after I checked my task manager. But there is no moment that you missed from the run, okay? So you just put it on pause, cut, and come back. So 65,000 kills. We're approaching the end here. What I was about to say. Yeah, wave 56. I know we'll reach 60. And if you look at my twirls, which is the second weapon from the left, the arrows, I'm at 80. And the game will crash at 100. So 20 more and the game's over. What a shame. As I'm speaking to you, I will still be playing the same run. I think I was invincible, seriously. Unless new mobs have so much more health. Look at the smoke. I put this as a teaser on the Discord. That image with the smoke. I said, video tomorrow morning. I'm trying to get rid of those crates, but yeah, there's no way. No way to get rid of that lag. It's not the crates that caused that. Look at the twirls going around me. Look at that. It's a big circle now. Look at the missiles. Oh. Godlike. That's why I love Risk of Rain so much. You can become so powerful. I didn't play the second one yet. Probably never will. I don't know. It's in 3D. I know it's an amazing game. I heard it's amazing. I respect the game. But I like the first one because it's a side-scroller. And it's so many mobs when you do a long run in Risk of Rain. That's why I love this game, because it reminds me of that, where you can become so powerful and pretty much godlike. 88, so 12 more and the game is going to crash. Look at the crates. That could do a good thumbnail. I'll think about it. Do I show a bunch of crates or a bunch of mobs? Because not too many people know about this game. But by the way, I checked, there was no YouTube videos on this game that I could find, at least. So I might be one of the first to make a YouTube video on this game. All you can see is like dead bodies sliding towards me because of the explosions. Wave 60, 90,000 kills. So 8 more thousand kills. 5 more twirls. 4 more now, and the game will be over. While rendering this video will take forever, uploading to YouTube will take forever as well. Then I have to listen to it to make sure there's no problem. Look at that. Wave 61 now. And we'll zoom in soon. I'm going to show you my kills and how much damage each weapon did, because it's a bit hard. Well, it's not that hard to see, but we'll zoom in. I edited that as well. That could be another good thumbnail in between one of those crates that I'm picking up. You can see them all being dropped. The game seems to think I need a lot of help, so I get all these supply drops. Okay, 56. Look at the billions of damage that my gun is doing. Absolutely insane. 98,000 kills. Okay, and the game crashes here. And the last image that I saw is this. 100 twirls sent it to the dev. And that's it. That was the run. Well, if you're still here, thank you so much. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to support this channel, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.